I see him stoop over, pick up some of the brightest yellow leaves, and stuff them into the pocket of his jacket, along with a whole handful of helicopter seeds. He reports to the door and signs that his work is done. As he walks up the street, I see him throwing one helicopter seed into the air after another. A fringe benefit. And I stand at my own door, in silence, smiling at his grace. A fringe benefit. Tomorrow, I'll go back to the yard and I will push that pile of leaves over the embankment, into the ravine behind our house. The leaves and seeds will just have to work out their own destiny down there this year. I don't have the heart to undo his work. My scientific experiment will just have to stand aside for something more human. Trees have let go, seeds have let go. Now it's time for me to let go too. Cast my lot with this child. You like the seed? It's another one of nature's tenacious survivors. Hold on, Donnie. Hold on.
After the dishes are washed, the soap rinsed away, and the strainer at the bottom of the sink, there sits what I will, for the moment, call some stuff.
Now an irrational, objective person might say, this is simply a mixture of bits of food which are not small enough to go down the drain, comprised of carbohydrates, fiber, fat, and protein.
Dinner dandruff.
Furthermore, a person might think this stuff has already been sterilized in the cookie and then rinsed clean with salt and hot water in the sea.
No problem.
But any team who's ever been forced to do the dishes against his wishes will testify this explanation's a lie.
He will profess that gooey mess is a toxic catastrophe.
A deadly calamity to any rational guy or girl is enough to make you hurt.
Oh, please. Your mother deals with that stuff all the time.
About my mom, whatever else I might say, she'll reach into that strainer any old day and take that lethal gum coat with her bare hands
Bare hands.
and drop it in the gunners of Hipposaurus.
To top that, I once saw her drag her fingers through the wet garbage bag, searching through that sludge with care for an old teaspoon that fell in there. Barehanded, a kind of reckless bravery. She found the spoon eventually in a soggy clump of coffee dregs mixed with chicken fat and scrambled eggs, some vegetable soup, and acorn squash. I almost passed out when she gave it to me to wash.
Once my French teacher happened to feature the word ordure in a lesson. It meant disgusting mess and let there be no doubt I knew what she was talking about. I see that ugly sight in the strainer every night when my mother heard my exciting new word. During dishwashing duty, she gave me the snooty, my son, the idiot look right out of the book and said she had the suspicion the food I just eaten was at that very moment in my stomach in just about the same condition. Right.
No matter what my mother thinks, it should be stressed that this stuff is lethal and septic. I'm convinced if you ever accidentally touch it, you should never touch the rest of your body with your hands until you've scalded, soaked, and rinsed.
Worse, I know that little heap could congeal mutate
Somehow I doubt that Jesus ever had to clean that compound. He agreed, my dad. It was the only theological discussion we ever had. Imagine a speaker at a high school graduation. He asked the students,
How many of you would like to be adults out on your own?
All hands shoot up without hesitation, and then the speaker lists a few of the things they'll have to do when they're grown.
Clean the sink strainer.
Plunge out the toilet.
clean up babies when they poop and pee.
Wipe runny noses.
Clean up the floor when the baby throws up green spinach.
Empty out the kitty litter.
Scrape up the dog poop. Bury dead pets when they get run over in the street.
When you can do these things, then you will be adults.
At this point, some students may not want to go on, but sooner or later, the truth will dawn.
The fact is, membership in community depends on our willingness to do these chores, my friends. Being an adult is dirty work, but someone has to do it. Oh
Summer of 1959 at the Feather River Inn in the Sierra Nevada mountains, a town near Blairsden in Northern California, a resort community, and I, just out of college, had a job that combined being the night desk clerk at the lodge and horse wrangling at the stables. The owner, manager, was Italian-Swiss, with European notions about conditions of employment. He and I did not get along. I think he was a fascist who wanted peasant employees who knew their place, and he thought I was the prime example of how democracy could be carried too far. One week, the employees were served the same thing for lunch every single day. 2 wieners, a mound of sauerkraut, and stale rolls. To compound insult with injury, the price of the meals was deducted from our paychecks. I was outraged. On Friday night of that awful week, I was at my desk job around 11 o'clock, just as the night auditor had come on duty. I went into the kitchen to grab a bite to eat, and I found notes to the chef to the effect that wieners and sauerkraut were on the menu for 2 more days. That turns it! I quit! For want of any better audience, I unloaded on the night auditor, Linda Woolman.
I am tired of you here! I am going to get a plate of wieners and sauerkraut